students who were reportedly using the school's latrine, blaming the situation on the absence of a fence that once secured the campus. The women, the woman who reportedly gave birth for Pastor Jenkins Johnson of the World Changer Deliverance Ministry church situated on the GSA Road has informed Criminal Code 8 that her infant child has passed away. Madam Musukwe's account to the court, according to RCI judicial correspondent, comes when her husband Michael Kwe has requested or questioned the truthfulness of the pregnancy and is seeking for a DNA on grounds that his wife Musukwe got impregnated by Pastor Jenkins Johnson while offering deliverance on her. Madam Musukwe informed the court on Tuesday, October 21st, about her child's death. That's about her child's death when she came along with her 14-year-old son that her husband claimed was kidnapped by the pastor and her. Our judicial correspondent said in the wake of Madam Musu's information, lawyers representing her husband have filed two accounts build of information before Criminal Court A, claiming that his wife has failed to honor a request from the court regarding the 14-year-old child's schooling. Our judicial correspondent said Judge Receiver Woolley has assigned the matter for hearing on Monday, October 27, before making a decision into the matter. The Rural Human Rights Activist Program has advanced a 10-count recommendation aimed at improving the justice system, the rule of law, and respect the rights of people detained and imprisoned throughout the country. The program executive director, Loman Bisa, recommended, among other things, that the human rights community engage the national legislature for the passage of a bill that is seeking to make Bureau of Correction and Rehabilitation autonomous in order to reduce the burden of the Ministry of Justice. Addressing a press conference on the release of the policy paper on Liberia's justice system by the rural human rights activist Liberia in Monrovia, Mr. Besa suggested that Liberian government gives priority to the renovation of prison facilities and the construction of the Chisma Bird Prison to host a huge number of inmates at the Monrovia Central Prison and other prisons in the country. Besa also recommended to the National Police, the Judiciary, and the Ministry of Justice to immediately begin seeking solutions to problems that's overcrowdedness and deplorable and dehumanizing conditions of prison facilities across the country. And the Senator of Grand Julia County, Zoe Emmanuel Pena, has commended the Unity Party-led government for the payment of over 200,000 United States dollars to Grand Julia County College. He said during the administration of former President George Weah, only 35,000 United States dollars was given to the college, thus putting the institution in bad book with debtors. Speaking during the media engagement with reporters at the Capitol building in Monrovia on Wednesday, Senator Pena maintained that during the administration of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, almost all the clinics have ambulances and provided petroleum regularly, but everything stopped after the Congress for Democratic Change came to power. According to Senator Pena, the people of Grand Julia County are not reservist voters. When politicians want their vote, they go and convince them for their selfish motive.
Didn't talk about with the news bulletin. The news bulletin is a regular feature on King's Newsroom. A reminder you're listening to King's Newsroom, 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, and our one world. Stories we following tonight. President Joseph Boakai calls for female genital mutilation and other harmful traditional practices banned. Presents a bill through House of Representatives. Former House Speaker Councilor Fonati Kofa requests establishment of US 25 million social safety net funds, says it will assist vulnerable citizens meet with educational and housing requirements. Civil Law Court issues temporary injunction on Federation of Liberian Youth in upcoming elections, suspends all ongoing electoral activities over reported flag constitution violation. Away from home, a Nigerian separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu has sacked the lawyers representing him at his first trial and announced he will be representing himself from now on. We'll take a break to be back with voices of the newsmakers. Welcome back and thanks for being there. Grand Jita County Senator Emmanuel Zoe Penon has commended the United Party-led government for the payment of over $200,000 to the Grand Jita Community College. He said during the administration of former President George Weah, only $35,000 was given to the college, putting the institution in bad book with debtors. Speaking during the media engagement with reporters at his Capitol building office, Senator Penon maintained that during the administration of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, almost all the clinics in the county had ambulances and provided petroleum regularly.
To be frank with you, this government, I never voted President Boakai, so the truth all will be said. But we believe very strongly, almost all infrastructure development in my county was done is carried on by Unity Party. I will give you a common example. During former President Sirleaf's administration, that we never voted, she gave Grand Jita Community College. She gave Grand Jita Mayweather School. She gave us electricity, the West African Power Pool for Ivory Coast. She was cut off Grand Jita, but they believe in development. Every major infrastructure development that you see in Grand Jita today, the project was undertaken by former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Almost the major clinics in Grand Jita County at the time had ambulances. The community college was fully sponsored by Education Ministry. After President Sirleaf left, those things cut off in my county. Our community college went down the drain. Despite we passed the bill for free education, the money entitled to those community colleges in Liberia, about Grand Jita Community College, that young men suffer in our college. The highest that Grand Jita Community College received, 30 to 35,000 in 6 years, from 2018 to 2023. Just 2 weeks ago, all vendors for the community college are supplying the community college, including the free education amount that need to be paid to our community college. This government paid closer to almost 200 some odd thousand United States dollars. So we shouldn't praise the people. I'm a politician. I came to this government for development to go back to my county. So whosoever that will help my people, you'll be praised. If President Baga is not doing the right thing, they're saying more, they're saying that I will come and tell the Liberia people and tell the Grand Jitans. But they took our people to be reserve voters, so they never gave up political ears. And we are being blamed in the process. So now, other people that will never voted, and they give you a political ears, and we are getting those things, so they need to be aired out. I'm serving as a political bridge for my county and from my county and the government. So any good thing the government will do for my people, definitely will be. In the first place, let me tell you, roads bring development.
Grand Jita County Senator Zoe Emmanuel Penon, they're speaking earlier on today. More than 7 persons have reportedly died following a fatal motor accident on the Banga to Monrovia Highway. The tragic motor accident on Wednesday occurred between the Thomas Farm and SKT areas. Reports indicate that a black taxi traveling from Banga toward Monrovia attempted to overtake another vehicle when one of its tires burst, resulting in a collision with a white pickup. Here, eyewitnesses account to the incident.
Yesterday, there was an accident by this white pickup and that black taxi, where the taxi is like passenger car. The passenger car was coming along people while they had an accident. Our same person died. The same person died yesterday. This is the site where people die. These are the blood of human. Human blood are wasting making. You can see when they change the quarter color. I think their car was damaged from the passenger side. As from the, oh my goodness. You can see this kind of damage right here. And, oh my goodness. Oh, personal side was damaged. Driver, oh my goodness. It says 7% died. But somebody, I know that somebody was in the trunk. Somebody was in the trunk. Yeah, someone was in the trunk. That person was, I think that someone was safe. Hmm? Someone was safe. Yeah. The person that was in the trunk, that person was safe. You look cut. That person was safe. Thank God. I'm on. But how can 8% enter in one taxi for driving the highway? Is it possible? Another? Is it possible? No, it happened. If two or three person died here, and 2 person died here, and 1 person was in the truck, and me, there was 8 person. People are making saying that baby. Oh my goodness, 7 person died. Baby, including baby. This is the sign. As you see me, I'm driving on the highway. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the situation. My advice to all Liberians when you are driving a taxi, always talk in the driver's ear. Be careful and mindful. Yeah. And you also overtaking a taxi, you must be careful.
Eyewitnesses from the scene of a tragic road accident that occurred on yesterday at the Thomas Farm and SKT area along the Banga Tomorrow Highway. 2 individuals believed to be disadvantaged youth have reportedly been found dead in a rubber bush in David Deanstown, Kokoya Statutory District, Bon County. According to reports, they died as a result of consuming narcotic substances. Speaking at the scene, the town chief of David Deanstown, Sam Boyma, expressed deep frustration over the incident and called for urgent deployment of Liberia drug enforcement agency officers to help combat the rise in drug abuse in the area.
So we're calling on our government to come in force them for at least for the citizens to join them to fight the drugs. Because our children finishing. So I beg that is the message you go across that the DH will come from straight Monrovia to come join them for all to fight the drugs. Because when we send the same old man bigger in different suit here, they will now the people will not move. The other DA that already assigned here, they are staying on here. So they will say we're using them to fight the drugs. Then we will not work. Nothing. From today, I'm calling on the national government to send out the different troops that not even been here before. Then that the citizens will join them to fight the battle. We've been fighting the battle through those that can assign here. When we carry them to some area, then what men get the base, they will have to arrest those men. When they carry them, they will not buy our the men will come back to the same area. They bring all the business to the same area. I'm saying it as a tanchi. Okay. I think more people here can attest to it. We have on the base, set of the time, while the people start dying from. Okay. And some of them here, even the house with the people, they drop the still going on. And they water they live yet. So that my reason of me saying we need or new people what never entered here before when the kind of station we join them to fight about. Dinton yesterday, they're not Dinton today. Dinton yesterday when we were here, when police station was not built yet, that traditional was controlling the town. Okay. At that time, the company was not based in here. But for now, Dinton are gone worldwide. Government already built structure here with a police barrack. So they don't want the traditional control in the town now. Okay. That's why we say we want for the central government to come in with a reinforcement. The citizens will join them before the battle.
Town chief of David Deanstown, Sam Boyma there speaking. A reminder, you're listening to King's News Broom, 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, in our one word. Stories we're following tonight. President Joseph Boakai calls for female genital mutilation and other harmful traditional practices banned. Presents a bill to House of Representatives. Former House Speaker, Councillor Fonanti Kofa, requires the establishment of US 25 million social safety net funds. Says it will assist vulnerable citizens meet with educational, and housing requirements. Civil Law Code issues temporary injunction on Federation of Liberian Youth upcoming elections, suspends all ongoing electoral activities over reported flag constitution violation. Away from home, Ghana's former First Lady Nana Rallis has died at age 76. Nigerian separatist leader Namdi Kanon has sacked the lawyers representing him at his first trial and announced he will be representing himself from now on. We'll take another break to be back with more voices. Welcome back and thanks for being there. The principal of the Saleh Tuwabu Elementary School in Latoria, District 2, Grand Creek County, is calling on the national government through the Ministry of Education to urgently provide school supplies and renovate damaged structures to ensure the safety of students. According to Madam Betty Williams, who served as principal since 2017, over 200 students are currently sitting on bare floors due to lack of chairs and desks in classrooms. She described the situation as unacceptable and unsafe for school-going children in
And
that
with students
area.
and all working together, and one of the challenges that we're facing here, we lack of chairs, and also I want to put the schools into the fence. I want having in fence, and I already proposed to our boss, which is DO, attending to the desk issue for the students, and that of the latrine, to already get the latrine, and construct new latrine for the primary, while the ECE using the old latrine, the primary will be using the new latrine, and already proposed, and they're about to okay it for the summer project. I've been here since 2017. There student currently, there are 200 students are facing a problem. Yes, because what the reason of which they're using now, the campus is not in the fence. Once the campus in the fence, the community will not have power to come in. There is a plan now that I got on man to fence the area and be fencing it. I will do it in a local way. I'm going to look at my leg state to try to fence the area in the meantime before talking about concrete bricks or before talking about wire. I have a plan to add to the building, to construct new building, to add extra classroom.
Principal of the Saleh Tubabu Elementary School in Latoria, District 2, Grand Crew County, Madam Betty Williams, they're speaking. The World Human Rights Activist Program has advanced a 10-count recommendation aimed at improving the justice system, the rule of law, and respect for human rights. The program executive director Lamin Bassi recommended, among other things, that the human rights community engage the national legislature for the passage of a bill that is seeking to make Bureau of Correction and Rehabilitation an autonomous agency in order to reduce the burden on the Ministry of Justice. We will bring you that except in our subsequent newscast. Following the summation of President Joseph Boakai act to the legislature to ban harmful cultural practices in Liberia, Bon County District 6 representative Mema Briggs Mensa has welcomed the president's decision. As chaired on gender, women, and children protection, the Bon County lawmaker promised to work with her colleagues in ratifying the act. Well, we sincerely apologize. We can bring you any development again due to some technical issues. In foreign news, Ghana's former First Lady Nana Konando Rawlings has died at the age of 76. She was the widow of Ghana's longest serving leader, Jerry John Rawlings, who died 5 years ago. He led two coups before twice being elected president in a part or multi-party pools. Social media is awash with tributes to the former First Lady, who Ghanaian presidential spokesperson Phyllis Kweku said had died after a short illness on Thursday morning. And Nigerian separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu has sacked the lawyers representing him at his trial and announced he will be representing himself moving forward. The 58-year-old opened his defense on Thursday, where he argued that the court lacks the jurisdiction to try him, an argument rejected by the judge. Cannon, who heads the outlaw indigenous group of Biafra, denies charges of terrorism and incitement of violence. Well, on that note, that's how we come to the end of this edition of King's Newsroom. But before we leave, a quick reminder of stories we followed in the headlines. President Joseph Boakai calls for female genital mutilation and other harmful traditional practices ban. Presents a bill to the House of Representatives. Former House Speaker Councillor Jonathan Fonanti Kofa requests establishment of US 25 million social safety net funds, says it will assist vulnerable citizens meet up with educational and housing requirements. He also heard in the news civil law code issues temporary injunction on Federation of Liberian Youth upcoming elections, suspends all ongoing electoral activities over reported fly constitutional violation. Away from home, Ghana's former First Lady Nana Konando Rawlings has died at the age of 76. Nigerian separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu has sacked the lawyers representing him at his first trial and announced he will be representing himself moving forward. Many thanks to our reporters, correspondents, and all those who helped in making this edition of King's Newsroom a success. Newton Topa brought you the news bulletin. Frank Diallo, Swen Sara Control, and handled the technical aspect of this edition. On behalf of the team, I'm Shemodel. I presented. Thanks for listening and watching.